The day I miscarried. As the ambulance pulled away, Sean was busy plowing his mistress. My 18th call finally went through. Sweetheart, what's up? I was in a board meeting. Phone on mute. Didn't mean to ignore you. I'm having a miscarriage. Come to the hospital and sign the papers. Sean's breath hitched, followed by the rustle of clothes being yanked on. Serena, don't be scared. I'm on my way. Okay, baby. This was our 7th year of marriage. He'd been cheating behind my back. Finding out had been an accident. I'd just flown back from a trip and was unpacking my suitcase when I spotted several strands of copper red hair on my pillow. I'd never dyed my hair that color in my life. That night, when Sean came home, I waited until he was in the shower and checked his phone. Sean, Serena's back from her trip tonight, so go home and keep her company. You can't stay with me all the time. Nicole will feel guilty. Good girl. Nicole, so obedient. Of course. Aren't I the best? Does Big Brother love me even more now? Didn't I already show you love today? Missing me again? Ugh. You're the worst. Big Brother, my hand shook around the phone. I hadn't expected my always devoted husband to cheat, and never with the college girl we sponsored. Sean arrived in under 30 minutes. I lay in bed watching him rush around. Near noon, he took a call in front of me, his expression softer than I'd seen in ages. Yeah. You've got class this afternoon, so don't come. I'll pick it up. Nicole's so thoughtful. Remember to study. You'd better pass CET this time. I'll be at the gate around 12. Wait for me. Whatever she said made him laugh out loud. He probably didn't notice that the tender look on his face was exactly the one he'd worn when we dated. Sweetheart, Nicole heard you're in the hospital and stayed up making chicken soup. She can't skip class, so I'll go grab it. Nicole was the junior the two of us had been sponsoring for 3 years. Never imagined she'd repay kindness by happily playing his mistress. My heart twisted. Suddenly, I couldn't breathe. Go ahead. Don't keep her waiting. Before he left, he fussed over my blanket and tried to kiss me. I turned away. I haven't brushed all day. He didn't catch on, just pinched my pale cheek. Looking heartbroken. I could never dislike you. You're my favorite wife. Right. Even everlasting love has an expiration date, but that didn't stop you from finding fresh meat. Once he was gone, I made a call. Sean just left. Trail him. Film anything useful. Get me evidence. Got it. Sis. Relax. I'm on it. He left around 12. Came back at 2. Sweetheart, traffic was brutal. You must have waited forever. I was dying. Nope. A nurse saw I hadn't eaten and bought me lunch. I'm full. I smiled at him. Couldn't he fake it better? Buttons misaligned. Tie crooked. Guess part of his story was true. He really had been in a hurry. Hospital to Riverdale and back. Plus time to fetch soup. In under 2 hours. Impressive. Poor guy. Such exertion. Sean wore a guilty smile. Swear it won't happen again. Next time you eat first. Traffic isn't your fault. Why swear? You going to reroute the whole highway? My comeback left him pouting. The picture of wronged innocence. I can never win an argument with you. Guess I'm yours for life. I stared at the red bruise behind his ear. Disgusting. How had I never noticed how oily he is? Go on. Your department has that meeting this afternoon. Sean's a division manager at a listed company. He'd taken the morning off, but the afternoon session was critical. His director needed him. When he left, I opened WhatsApp and tapped the private investigators thread. An hour ago, she'd sent several photos and one long clip. I pressed play. At noon, the Riverdale gate was almost empty. Nicole waited beneath a tree. The moment Sean stepped out of the car, she handed him the thermos. Then they hugged and pawed each other like no one was watching. After 5 minutes, he tried to leave. She pulled him into the back seat. 30 minutes before they reappeared. My heart bled. My fingers trembled. I stared at the ceiling while memories flashed like a film reel. We'd attended the same university. Met in a club. Because my family was broke, I worked every part-time shift, and almost always saw him nearby. Once or twice is coincidence. 5 or 6 times is design. One night, tipsy from bar shots, I trudged home, a shadow trailing a few yards back. Hey, why so far behind? I slurred. Sean hurried to steady me. Why are you following me? His handsome face reddened. He hesitated, eyes shining. I like you. Have for ages. I swear I'll treat you right forever. I'd felt that clean, boyish love. I couldn't help falling. He was handsome, top of his class, well off, girls confessing daily, yet he wanted only me. We started dating. I thought, I'm lucky, life's fair after all. Born poor, but given the perfect guy. I still remember the dopey grin he wore when I said yes, like he'd won the grand prize. Today he aimed that identical grin at someone else. Turns out he loves the college version of Serena, bright and new. Next day the pair showed up together. Sweetheart, Nicole's free tonight and wanted to visit. I gave her a lift. It's been ages since you saw her. Nicole breezed in, hugging a bouquet. Auburn curls brushing her shoulders. Glossy lips wet. Serena, my classes are insane. I've wanted to visit, but the prof marks attendance. I can't skip, or I'd have come right away. You're not mad, right? She stuck out her tongue playfully. Before I could answer, Sean jumped in. You're a junior. Those are core courses. Why even think of hiring a stand-in? Ugh. Sean, you're so rigid. Half my classmates do it. Some skip the whole semester. Feigning anger, he said, they're them. You're you. Focus. You're finishing year 3. How many certificates have you racked up? The two of them bickered like I wasn't there. Midway, Nicole glanced over, triumph glinting in her eyes. Supposedly here to comfort me, they flirted across my bed. I stayed silent, watching their act, calm as glass. After a while, Sean left to fetch dinner, leaving Nicole and me in the private suite. Serena, Sean's so sweet to you. A single room like this must cost a fortune. So lucky. I hope I find a husband half as good. How did you two get together? Come on, share your secrets. So you're here to share tips on how to seduce my husband. I brushed her off with a few vague sentences, then suddenly asked, Nicole, how do you think I've treated you? She blinked. Great. You've always been great to me. Serena. Right. I'd spotted her plea for help online, driven out to the sticks, and brought her home myself. I'd talked Sean into sponsoring her until she turned 18. I'd been soaked by rain before, so I wanted to hand her the umbrella. Before she came of age, I micromanaged every detail of her life. Afterward, I stepped back. Everyone has her own road, and I couldn't bankroll her forever. 5 years of support, and this is how she repays me. Pathetic. The day I was discharged, Sean got called into another meeting, so I went home alone. I'd barely stepped inside when Barrett stormed in after me, finger stabbing the air. Serena, if I hadn't asked my son, were you ever going to mention the miscarriage? You disgusting little tramp. Did heaven send you to punish the Barrett family? You're trying to end our line. My mother-in-law's Barrett has only the one child, Sean, and she treasures him more than life itself. She'd adored me when we first married. Now she loathes me with equal passion. She spent years nudging Sean to divorce me, and every time I've swallowed the insults. I'd swallowed fertility drugs by the handful for this pregnancy, but fate had other plans. You did it on purpose, didn't you? Admit it. You killed my grandchild. You slut. I'll beat the truth out of you. Spittle flying. She lunged and grabbed for my hair. I shoved her hard onto the sofa. Her bulk hit the cushions with a thud and a bounce. Barrett sat frozen, apparently stunned that I'd fought back. She pointed a trembling finger, face purple. Oh, you want to know? Fine, I did it on purpose. You really need the details. I climbed on a stool and threw myself off. One crash later, no baby. None of that was true. I'd simply missed a step on the stairs while upset and started bleeding on the spot. Doesn't matter. I'd already decided to terminate. Sean doesn't deserve fatherhood. You've begged Sean to leave me. Well, I'm staying. You'll never have a grandchild. Watching her shake with rage felt better than champagne. I packed my bags and hummed while I worked. Son, come home now and see the viper you married. She just confessed she killed your baby. Divorce her. Divorce her this minute. Kick her out with nothing. Nothing. The vicious witch. Those last words were an outright scream. Sean raced home. Mom, Serena's been your daughter-in-law 7 years. How can you talk like that? She's always respected you. He looked genuinely weary. He couldn't grasp why his mother kept tormenting me. What's wrong with you? I'm your mother. I'm telling the truth. That tramp has you bewitched. Divorce her. Throw her out. Not 1 cent. Barrett rambled and shoved in circles. I stood to the side, playing the fragile ingenue, eyes shining with unshed tears. I'm heartbroken over the miscarriage too, Mom, but you can't accuse me of murdering my own child. He was still part of me. Even if you hate me, you can't invent crimes. Sean folded me into a protective hug. Over his shoulder, I met Barrett's homicidal glare and answered it with a sugary smirk. Mom, stop taking your grief out on Serena. We're both devastated. Seeing her son side with me, Barrett's breath caught. Her eyes rolled back and she crumpled. While Sean panicked and phoned 911, I pretended to grieve. Go with her to the hospital. She doesn't want me there. He cupped my cheek, full of guilt. I'll fix this, Serena. I'm on your side, always. I gave him my sweetest smile. I believe you. After that, Sean decided we needed a romantic getaway to Eastbrook to help me relax. The morning of our departure, he looked sheepish. Nicole just finished finals and wants to blow off steam. Since we're heading out anyway, I thought we could bring her along. Her family's broke. She's never really traveled. I didn't object. I was planning to bring someone myself. Wait at home. Babe, my office is near Riverdale. I'll pick Nicole up first, then swing back for you. No need. Miles is driving to Eastbrook too. I already asked him to get me. Let's meet there. Miles, when did he get back? Sean's voice cracked. Why didn't you tell me you invited him? You only told me about Nicole 5 minutes ago. Gotta go. Miles is here. Men are simple. The moment they think you're helpless without them, they grow claws. Let them glimpse another safety net and they feel the net tightening on them. I slipped into Miles's car and greeted him. We'd grown up next door. He'd always been the golden boy, top scores, early admission abroad, now running a small tech firm. Neighborhood moms still sigh. That Miles in the next cul-de-sac. Off the charts brilliant, straight hundreds in every subject. Pity he's deaf, they add. Modern implants work wonders. As long as you face him and speak clearly, he catches every word. I heard about the miscarriage. Are you okay? Spent half a month in a private suite, fully recovered. And life in general? Husband's cheating. How do you think? From the back seat I saw his knuckles whiten on the wheel. You already knew. I spotted them near Riverdale when I was picking up souvenirs. I wasn't sure. I should have told you sooner. You did nothing wrong. Don't apologize. We fell silent. Our last meeting had been New Year's, when Sean and I visited family. I wasn't pregnant yet. We'd parked at the corner and, on a whim, Sean opened my door with an exaggerated bow. Your carriage awaits, princess. I'd burst out laughing. Where did you pick up that nonsense? I'm 30, not 13. Save the TikTok moves. Secretly, I'd loved it. Nicole taught me, he'd said. I dropped off her down jacket at campus, and she insisted this is the new trend. She figured we're apart so much because of your trips, so I should spice things up. I hadn't thought anything of it. A few steps down the lane we'd run into Miles, bundled in an oversized coat, leaning against his car, a thin cigarette glowing. Streetlight caught the conflict in his eyes. He'd looked like he wanted to speak. Later that night, over fireworks, he'd knocked on my parents' door. Serena, are you happy? Of course I'm happy. Sean adores me. Back then, I believed it with all my heart. Miles stood half swallowed by the shadows. I couldn't read his face, but I liked to think he was wishing me well. After a long pause he spoke, voice a little husky. If you're happy, that's all that matters. Now I wonder if he already knew the truth, just didn't have it in him to shatter my sweet fantasy. Miles had real business in Eastbrook. After he dropped me at the hotel he disappeared into meetings. I wasn't about to share a bed with Sean, so before he arrived I booked us 3 king rooms. They still hadn't shown up. First, I pulled a palm-sized hidden camera from my purse and tucked it above the peephole of my door. Across the hall, Nicole. Next door, Sean. Everything was ready. All I needed was the breeze that would fan the fire. Babe, we're on our honeymoon. Why 3 beds? Let me run downstairs and cancel one? Sean's gaze roved the room. Adult hunger written all over him. Embarrassingly blatant. I'm under the weather these days. Nothing personal. Okay, whatever you say. That night I lay on top of the covers, keeping the tablet in my side eye so I could watch the live feed from the hallway cam. I didn't wait long. Nicole cracked her door wearing a white nightgown, cheeks flushed from the shower. She scanned the corridor, then tapped on Sean's. Sean, let me in, quick. Her voice was honey-dipped. Seconds later the next door latch clicked shut. I exhaled a slow, sour breath and started counting minutes. Hi, this is room 3512. My husband's in 3513. I'd like in-room massage service for 3. Can you have a few therapists here within 5? Absolutely, ma'am. Give us a moment. I pocketed my keycard and waited by my door. But first I popped the camera out of its hiding spot and slipped it into my purse. They came fast, 4 women total. 3 masseuses and the escort who led them. Ma'am, we're here. How would you like us split up? I flashed the spare key to 3513. Start with my husband. Let him pick first. I'd booked the room. I held the key. You could call that careless on his part. The lock beeped. I pushed the door and waved them in. The walls were thick. Until the door opened we'd heard zip. Now moans drifted from the bathroom. Syrupy sweet and unmistakable. The therapists traded glances, but stayed diplomatically silent. I arranged my face into heartbroken shock while inside I crowed. The universe was handing me this on a platter. I strode forward and yanked the bathroom door, unlocked. Ajar. Neither of them noticed. Still lost in their soundtrack of breathy gasps. Only when the chorus of gasps behind me erupted did they freeze. Sean spun around first. Too many bodies blocking his view of me. What the hell? Who said you could barge in? Get out. I'll have every one of you fired. This is a violation of privacy. The sentence died when he finally saw me. Mind suddenly blank. He lunged for something, anything, to cover up, but their clothes were scattered in the outer room. Inside there was only one bath sheet. Nicole, realizing we had an audience, pressed her face to the tile, trembling. When she risked a peek and spotted me, she yelped and tried to scramble off him. They were practically fused. After an awkward shuffle, they managed to untangle, and the instant they did, I swung my arm hard. Sean, we're done. I want a divorce. The therapists hovered, torn between curiosity and terror, ears on full antenna. I didn't dismiss them. I needed witnesses. Sean, shirt half on, hair and skin still dripping, looked lost. At the word divorce, he dropped to his knees and started slapping himself. Serena, please, don't do this. I love you. I just screwed up for a minute. Don't walk away. I'll send Nicole packing, far away, never see her again. Swear to God, okay? From the corner, Nicole hugged herself, shaking like a leaf. When she heard, send her packing, she lifted her head, stunned. Sean, you can't. You and I have years together. He exploded, backhanding her. Shut it. I watched the two dogs go at each other. I'm not asking. I'm informing you. Sign the papers tomorrow. My attorney will courier them over. Sean's eyes reddened. He lunged to embrace me. Stay the hell away. You make my skin crawl. Serena, all these years, you're throwing us away just like that? I gave a thin laugh, voice flat and tired. Yeah. After all these years, you still decided to cheat. His reaching arms froze midair. I won't sign. Not up to you. If I don't have your signature tomorrow, I'll drop by your corporate boardroom and screen today's episode for the chairman. In the end, he signed. I ran into Nicole again while taking Mom for her annual checkup. A slight bump swelled under Nicole's sweatshirt. Her once plump, lively face had thinned to angles. Trailing her was my former mother-in-law, Barrett. Snatches of their conversation floated toward me. I told you to come in for tests. Look, the doctor says your diet is trash. Bad for the baby. You don't want to eat. Fine. My grandchild will not starve. I understand. Barrett. When is Sean marrying me? I've already talked to him. He's agreed. Once the baby's born, we'll get the license. With a child in your belly, the Barrett family will absolutely let you in. Relax. Barrett delivered the promise like a duchess bestowing alms. Eyes pinned to Nicole's belly, ready to pounce if anything threatened the air. Watch yourself. Don't pull the stunt that witch pulled. Nicole's stomach twisted. She hadn't graduated yet. On campus, she'd never breathed a word about a boyfriend. Her roommates had met Sean and Serena and assumed they were her older brother and sister-in-law. Now she was knocked up and hiding from school. If only Sean would say yes to a wedding. Why wouldn't he? They had the living proof of their love. Since the divorce, his ardor had chilled. Sometimes he stared at her with pure loathing, hands itching to close around her throat. She'd always known what Sean treasured was her young, energetic body. She was the outlet. Serena, the one he truly loved. That truth was why she'd never dared reveal it to Serena's face. Lost in that thought, they rounded the corner and found me leaning against the wall. Nicole shrieked. Barrett instantly threw her arms wide like a lioness shielding a cub. Glaring. What are you doing here? One grandchild wasn't enough? You have to stalk the second? I didn't bother answering. I brushed past them, met Mom halfway, and walked away without a backward glance. Barrett's curses chased me down the corridor. Shameless bitch. Murderous hag. Won't rest till every Barrett heir is dead. Will you? Ma'am, keep your voice down. This is a hospital. I glanced back once and saw a couple of security guards hauling somebody away. Barrett was still cursing at the top of her lungs. Every inch the unhinged harpy. Mom squeezed my hand, her eyes full of worry. I gave her a smile. Relax, Mom. I've already left them behind. Without the husband I once shared everything with, I still have the parents who gave me life and raised me. This home will always leave its light on for me. I never thought I'd run into Sean's family again so soon after that last goodbye. I was sitting by the door helping Mom snap green beans when a wave of shouting rolled up the street. Underneath it I could just make out a man trying to quiet things down. When they got closer I realized it was Barrett and Sean. Barrett was huffing and puffing, jabbing a finger at me and letting fly. No wonder you had just happened to be at the hospital. You'd scoped it out, knew we'd be there that day, and you showed up on purpose to scare Nicole. It's all your fault. You cheap tramp. Nicole lost the baby. Happy now? Sean stood to the side trying to soothe her. Mom, lower your voice. Everyone's staring. What's there to hide? I'm here for justice. Let the whole neighborhood see. Mom, that's enough. Sean sounded exasperated. He looked at me, eyes swimming with tenderness. Serena, don't blame Mom. She's just emotional. He paused, then pushed on a Serena. I miss you. Can't we? A slap rang out. This time the hand wasn't mine, it was his mother's. Barrett's whole frame quivered with rage. You unfilial brat. You still want to bring this viper home. Come on, we're going back. You'll marry Nicole. Let's move. I'm not going. Screaming, Sean jerked free and kept his eyes locked on me. Serena, I mean it. I swear, if I ever screw up again, let me die without a proper burial. Let me never have kids again. He dropped to his knees, face earnest. Barrett yanked and slapped at him beside. Her earlier yelling had flushed half the block out onto the stoops. Most of the onlookers were neighbors who only knew Sean and still thought this was standard mother-in-law drama. When they saw him kneel in solemn repentance, the chorus started up. Couples don't hold grudges overnight. Just forgive him. Right. And if you can't get along with the mom, live farther away. Problem solved. That's how we all got through it. You kids are still green. Yeah. Honey, how many men will kneel in front of everybody? Go home and build a life. 30's creeping up on you both. In a couple of years you'll be too tired to fight. Believe me. At some point Mom had slipped outside. She tugged my arm, anxiety written across her face. Miles standing right beside her. Dad came out with the indoor clothes pole, ready to whip Sean off the stoop. Get lost. Our doorstep doesn't welcome you. Uninformed bystanders tried to mediate. I'm already divorced from Sean. I'm never going back. As for why, he cheated while we were married. I couldn't bear watching strangers shove my father. The man's in his 60s. He doesn't deserve to become neighborhood gossip. Cheated. Huh? Several neighbors yanked their hands back. A couple of younger women actually spat toward Sean. Heads wagged. Tongues clicked. We thought she'd hooked a golden boy. Turns out he's just a rotten zucchini. Next time you marry off your daughter, vet the guy properly. Exactly. Exactly. Sean, hollow-eyed, was dragged away by his mother. I never saw him again. Another spring festival rolled around. I'm on the sofa shelling sunflower seeds and watching the gala. Miles is parked right beside me, shoulder to shoulder. Mom and Dad turned in early. Too old for the midnight stunt. Too many seeds make you parched and overheated. I start to reach for water, but Miles already has the glass ready. I clear my throat, take a few sips. Only after he sets the glass back do I realize I just drank from his cup. I tilt my head. He's already looking at me. On TV the countdown begins. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My heart seems to bang along with every beat. Serena, I love you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Best wishes. Happy New Year. The two lines land together, crisscrossing in the air. His eyes stay on me. I snap off the set, turn my back and fuss with random clutter. Then I swing round, look straight at Miles and smile. I heard you, Sean. Side story, I always figured Serena and I would grow old side by side until I met Nicole. That night Serena brought a girl home, saying the kid was pitiful and she wanted to sponsor her until she turned 18. I wasn't thrilled, but I loved Serena enough to respect her choice. Serena's job kept her slammed, so I was the one who showed up for Nicole's parent-teacher nights at school. One evening, fresh off work, her homeroom hauled me in. Nicole had fought with a boy in her class. I endured the teacher's scolding, marched Nicole outside, and snapped. You're a girl. Why pick fights? Can't you give us a break? Adults are busy. You know. Nicole was only 16, sobbing so hard she hiccuped. He called me a bastard. Said I don't have real parents. My heart softened. I realized I'd overreacted. What's the point taking it out on a kid? Maybe out of guilt. I started keeping a closer eye on her. Little by little I noticed how much she resembled Serena. Same stubborn streak. Same refusal to lose. Finally she came of age and got into Riverdale. The day she moved into the dorm Serena invited her over and said, "You're an adult now. This may sound harsh, but from here on I'll pay your yearly tuition, nothing more. If you run into trouble you can WhatsApp me." Watching the girl tense like a frightened bird, I felt my first real stab of resentment towards Serena. She's still a kid. We've bankrolled her this long. What's a few more years? She's legally an adult. It was our first serious fight. Afterward I drove Nicole home, and somehow we ended up in bed together. When it was over I was terrified, scared of being found out, more scared of losing Serena. Nicole wept and swore she'd keep the secret. Seeing the bruises on her skin, I couldn't bring myself to scold her. What I didn't expect was that, soon after, half drunk at a company dinner while Serena was away on business, I'd wind up at Riverdale and call Nicole out. Everything after that was a fog. Once became twice, then 3 times. 4. More times than I can count. I regret it. The only woman I'll ever call wife is Serena. I'm not marrying Nicole. If I could rewind the clock, I'd never make that mistake. Serena, can you forgive me?